This video will be on the Reference Photo Peaks tab in InterSpec. So to get started, I'll load a radium-226 spectrum, and then we can show the reference photo peak lines for the nuclide by typing Ra226, although the input format's pretty flexible. Once the lines are showing, we can mouse over them to get where in the decay chain they come from, the relative branching ratio, energy, all that kind of stuff. You can also see all this information in the table to the bottom right. We can age the nuclides. So fresh radium-226, we can see we don't expect nearly as many gamma lines as aged. You could change the color. There's some more options we'll talk about. And over here, there are associated nuclides. So these are, if you're seeing radium-226, you should probably also check for U-235 or U-238, radon-222. Nice little reminder there. So we can also choose a detector response function, which will then take the detector's efficiency as a function of energy into account in creating the different heights of the lines. We can also add some shielding. So here we'll just add some stainless steel. You can see as you change the thickness, the relative intensities of the lines change. This can be useful to get a reasonable idea if something's shielded or not. It can be useful. Also, we have the More Info button here. And for a lot of nuclides, when you click on this, not only will you get the kind of basic nuclear information, you'll also get some other nuclides you should probably check for, and analyst notes. So these will give you information like when this source might occur or how high of activity it might be. For medical, it might give you dosages, things like that. We can also show the decay chain of the nuclide. You can click on all the descendants to get their information. Sometimes it's also useful to show the nuclides that decay through your current one. So like thallium-208, you might want to know everything that can lead to that. You can also export a CSV of all this information, which can be useful for working in other programs. So here you can just open it up in Excel and you get detection efficiency, branching ratios, stuff like that. All right, so next we can load this thorium-232 measurement where the thorium was taken right next to the detector itself. So the detector identified thorium-232 as shown here under the detector ID section. So we can just click on that to show the thorium-232 lines, and it explains most of them. Here, let's take this shielding off. You can see the X-rays down here. However, a lot of the peaks aren't explained, particularly these high energy ones here. So what we can do is click this little menu icon and choose to show cascade sums. So when we do that, the little dotted lines are the cascade sums, and we can see that those decays explain these high energy peaks, and we can see the 3197 keV is explained by the 583 plus the 2614 that are in coincidence about 99% of the time. If you need to know alpha or beta endpoint energies, you can choose to show those. And sometimes you may not want to show the decay X-rays here. So you can turn those off. All right, now here is a spectrum of neutrons on hydrogen. So in addition to showing nuclides, you can also show nuclear reactions. So here we'll show neutrons, slow neutrons on hydrogen, which gives off a 2223 keV gamma. And also to show you, you can also just type in background for the nuclide, and then you get a mix of kind of standard norm intensity nuclides. You can use this to judge if the peak heights are about right and you're seeing everything you should, or maybe you're missing something. Another thing we can do is show multiple reference photo peaks at one time. Here we'll show European 152, change its color. You can see it still doesn't explain all the peaks, so we can also show another one by clicking this Add Another button. I'll type in Homium 166M. That explains the rest of the peaks. And now if we fit the peaks, it should probably pick up the right nuclide, and we can confirm that on the Peak Manager tab here.